Ice Spice went from the people's princess to the industry's biggest embarrassment, and let's just say, the fall was not cute.
Fans who once blasted her music non-stop started to ask themselves, was Ice Spice just hype?
Here's what happened. When Ice Spice first popped onto the scene, it felt like she had the whole internet in a chokehold. The Bronx rapper with the curly red afro and catchy one-liners went viral with Munch, Feelin' You. And just like that, she was everywhere. Dunkin' Donuts collabs, Met Gala appearances, even a remix with Taylor Swift. Basically, she had the industry in her manicured palm. But fast forward to 2025 and it's giving awkward. Her debut album flopped, the buzz faded, and now she's more of a punchline than a playlist essential.
Child, this Ice Spice album is, well, what is going on in the female hip-hop space? I feel bad for being hard on Megan and JT at this point.
Before all of this, Ice was born as Isis Gaston. She grew up in the Bronx loving hip-hop, which means Nicki Minaj was her idol. After dropping out of SUNY Purchase, she linked up with producer Riot USA, who some believe was more than just her beatmaker, if you catch my drift. Together, they cooked up tracks, and eventually, Munch dropped in August 2022, shaking the internet to its core, literally. Despite being a rookie, Ice Spice bagged a major deal with 10K Projects and Capitol Records. And get this, she reportedly owned her masters in publishing. A huge W or just more fuel for the industry plant rumors.
Because Ice Spice came out of nowhere. I'm a hip hop head. I'm all into.
You think she's a plant?
Yeah, I do think she's playing because she came out of nowhere.
Her next singles, Bikini Bottom, In Ha Mood, and Princess Diana with Nicki Minaj charted well. Then came Barbie World, Boy's a Liar, Top Rating 2 with Pink Pantheress, and the infamous Karma remix with Taylor Swift. Suddenly, she was the moment. Billboard plaques, designer collabs, and awards show front rows. But not everyone was buying it. Many fans and critics started side-eyeing how fast Ice was rising with such a limited discography. She was being labeled mid, overrated, and a symbol of everything wrong with viral fame. The songs were cute, but they weren't lasting, and people were wondering if she had the talent to match the hype. The cracks started to show in late 2023. Reports emerged that Ice was showing diva-like tendencies, allegedly ghosting promoters who booked her at lower prices before she blew up, showing up late to performances, and delivering underwhelming sets. Then there were the text message leaks. Her ex-friend Baby Storm exposed DMs where Ice Spice reportedly called Nicki Minaj ungrateful and delusional, accusing her of being greedy over their Barbie World profits. And if that wasn't enough mess, Ice was also accused of home-wrecking. British influencer Madeline Argy claimed her boyfriend, rapper Central C, cheated on her with Ice and even dropped a track about it called Did It First. It was scandal on scandal. The real turning point? New Year's Eve 2024 in Australia. Ice Spice was the headliner, but she arrived almost 30 minutes late. When she finally hit the stage, the festival cut her set short after just 5 minutes to stick to the schedule. The crowd booed. Fans dragged her online for being entitled, lazy, and unprofessional. But instead of owning it, Ice responded with, "It was my birthday and it takes a long time to look like Barbie." Then came Thank You to the Fart in January 2024. The title alone had people questioning her seriousness as an artist. Lyrics like "Thank you to you," not even the fart, had the internet crying. Not with her, but at her. Hip-hop purists said it was an insult to the genre. Others just clicked unfollow. That same month, rapper D Chambers hit her with a copyright lawsuit, claiming In Ha Mood copied his song In That Mood. They quietly settled, but the damage to her reputation, permanent. Her debut album Y2K finally dropped in July 2024. It peaked at number 18 on the Billboard 200, but the reviews? Brutal. Critics slammed it for sounding repetitive and shallow. NPR said her creativity had stalled. Even with a world tour on the books, Ice Spice was no longer the hot topic. And by 2025, she's only released one song, Hannah Montana with NLE Choppa and DaBaby, which didn't even chart. In the end, Ice Spice had the look, the connections, and the viral moments. But fans thinks what she lacked was development, real growth, a vision beyond bubblegum bars and TikTok hooks. Her success was built on waves, quick, viral, and shallow. And when the wave passed, so did the hype. But what do you guys think?
So, Aries Spears really thought it was a good idea to trash talk Ice Cube, and now 50 Cent has jumped in swinging. This isn't some light celebrity shade. Aries went on an interview and flat out called Cube a trash rapper, a trash actor, and even said he hates It Was a Good Day, like the song that's basically hip-hop history. Before we even get to 50's reaction, here's exactly what sparked it. This is Aries Spears during his interview, where he decides to make it personal.
Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
So yeah, he didn't just give a little not my style review, he completely dragged Cube's career. And you already know, you don't just come for Ice Cube without a storm following. Because Cube, he's one of the few artists who can literally say they changed rap and movies. This is the man behind No Vaseline, the Friday Trilogy, Boys in the Hood, and Straight Outta Compton. You can't erase that. But Aries clearly thought he could poke the bear, and the bear growled back. Ice Cube didn't let it slide. A couple days later, he responded during an interview and made it clear. Aries isn't even on his radar. He basically said Aries is irrelevant, not funny, and nowhere near his level in entertainment. And when Cube called him a sucker, yeah, that's when the internet really perked up. Here's Cube making it clear he's not playing.
At the end of the day, it's cool, you know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
And that's when 50 Cent slid into the conversation. Like, oh, you thought this was gonna be a one-on-one? Nope. If there's one thing about 50, it's that he will take a public beef and turn it into a full-blown roast session. So 50 went online and started defending Cube's legacy like it was personal. He called Aries out for coming after a man who's literally shaped the culture. And 50 didn't hold back. He reminded everyone that Cube's the guy who wrote No Vaseline, one of the hardest diss tracks in rap history, and that alone puts him in untouchable territory. See, when 50 Cent speaks up, people listen. So him publicly siding with Cube sends a message. This is not the hill Aries wants to die on. And honestly, the way Aries came at Cube, it wasn't even constructive criticism. It was straight up disrespect, with no receipts, no nuance, just he's trash. And that's exactly why 50 saw it as an unnecessary shot. By the time 50's reaction hit socials, the fans were already roasting Aries in the comments. People were calling him bitter, jealous, washed, the works. And some even pointed out Aries said, I can't stand did Ice Cube. He said that ish like Cube took his girl. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because 50 didn't just defend Cube out of nowhere. These two have a history. As y'all probably know, they've collaborated, shown mutual respect for years, and they both came from that era where beef was real and reputations mattered. So, for someone like Aries to take such a lazy swing at Cube, 50 probably saw it as breaking the code. You don't clown a legend unless you're ready for the blowback. After all this blew up, Aries tried to double back in follow-up interviews, claiming he wasn't really hating, just giving his opinion. But at that point, it was too late. Just take a listen to how he tried to walk it back.
At what point does it get to where, unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
And this is why 50's reaction was so sharp. He knows that once you let people start rewriting the legacy of someone like Cube, it opens the door for anyone to take cheap shots. He wasn't just defending Cube, he was defending the culture. And the way this is heating up, the next shot fired might not come from Aries at all, but from someone we're not even expecting.